This video, unlike my other videos, is not going to show any photographs. It's more or less a documentation of what I know so far about the canyon area between Rattlesnake Point and Crawford Lake conservation areas. So I'll just use my Google Earth map and talk about the trails that I know of so far. This was recorded on May the 6th. So here we are. It's this hike was done on May the 4th, 2017. So it's my favorite little spot, the canyon between Rattlesnake Point and Crawford Lake. So you can see Crawford Lake there on the bottom left-hand corner. So this is a hike that uses part of the Bruce Trail and then leaves the Bruce Trail for a little adventure in making a little loop trail for the day. So the top right hand corner in white lines is the Bruce Trail, of course, and the Buffalo Crag Lookout is positioned there with a yellow pin. I parked down here at the Walker's Line dead end, and so part one of the hike is shown here in the yellow line. I went up the paved road on the abandoned road that leads into the Buffalo compound. So this time I did not follow the fence line. I found it easier to go straight through the middle because there's less thorn bushes and so on, and knew that the gate was down here. So from the car park through the compound, 11 minutes to hook up with the Bruce Trail. So that's pretty good. The problem is this dark area is the Canyon Creek, or the Limestone Creek, I guess. And this time of year it's flooded, so you can't even get through there. So I was looking for trails that I knew existed but didn't know where they started. So follow the yellow line. When I got into the canyon, this is where the white trail hooks up here. You can't see it, but it is where the white trail hooks up. So very shortly after you climb a little sharp hill there, you get to a spot on the trail that's unmarked. You have to look for it, but it's right in the dip where a little stream goes down here. So once you get on that trail, it's clearly seen as a footpath, but you have to look for it, and there are no trail markers and so on. So on this day, I went up this far to this junction. This is an intersection of two trails, one that leads off to the ramp that leads back down to Crawford, or to Walker's Line down that way, and then the other trail goes on up to the cliff. So when I got to this point here, I knew that I had found the trail that I had found last winter, and I turned around and went back. So what I did was followed the white trail shown here in orange, and all along here I was looking for a spot, another unmarked trail or anything to lead into the canyon here, and I was looking on both sides, on the to my right and to my left, and I did not see another distinct trail on the left, on either side. So Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but the forest area through this whole area is extremely difficult to hike through because of fallen trees and overgrown brush and so on. So it's quite possible that nothing exists. The other thing is that the cliff along here, along the Crawford Lake stuff, other than this spot here where the trail does go up, and this one it's a trail that goes up, the cliff is too high to get up onto anyways, I think. I'm not saying it isn't possible if you really wanted to have a strong hike. So anyways, so we carried on in, and then when we got to this point, we just simply followed the white trail up the very rugged rocky stairs. That's a lot of fun. And sorry about that menu popping up there. Come around that corner and follow the trail along. I think the lookout is somewhere about here. I don't have the exact coordinates for it. And I go on down, and of course last week I showed you, I made a video. There's another ramp that leads down here. You can go around there like that. I call that ramp the east ramp, I think, and the one that leads down here I called the mushroom ramp. So there's 3 spots to climb up onto the Crawford Lake ridge side. So one here, which is a blue trail and a white trail. One's a little easier to get up, but they basically follow the same route in through there. So down through what here is what I call the east ramp, and then the mushroom ramp here. So 3 that I know of, right? So anyways, let me zoom back in here at the task at hand. When I got here, going down here, pretty rugged hike, nearly as rugged as going up on the north side, but this is very doable here, even on a very wet day. It was drizzle and the rocks are wet and stuff, and we were fine. So let's zoom in now. I'll talk about this last little piece. Sherman gravel, which doesn't, it is open every day, but you don't see trucks there every day, so I don't know what they're doing. Only sometimes or whatever. There's the mushroom factory. You can smell their operation all the time. So anyways, come down off the east ramp down here to this spot, and then you pick up a very distinct trail that runs just right there for a while on the forest side of the back of their property. So I'm not really sure whether that's parkland or not. You move on down. This is a ramp, and when you're going down this ramp, you can look off to the left and see the stream and the original and the Bruce Trail, or it's not actually the Bruce Trail there. It's just an old road. So, anyways, this ramp very fairly easy to ramp down. There is some overgrowth in that, but not bad. And then it drops you down right here to this area here. So a little confused. This appears to be park property on the map side. Look at. However, when you stop your car and try to walk through there, there's no trespassing sign. So just bear in mind, somebody doesn't want you going in there. But in any event, that's what I did that day. And the other way of going up into the Buffalo compound and down to meet the Bruce Trail, that's definitely parkland. So that's enough said today. No need to show any photographs. This is just more or less let's get your bearings. So now I'm going to go on and talk a little bit about Rattlesnake Point area. So far, ways to get into Rattlesnake Point from Walker's Line seems to be what is called the old number 12 side road here. Has a ramp with an unmarked trail, unserviced, that leads up right into the park. There's no sign saying don't do this, but that road is closed to the public. And so another way to get in is to go in through this property here. There's the Buffalo compound. There's a property here. This is what I call the Triangle Forest. So there's another video on it that leads you in through right past Camp Redneck and leads up right up to the cliff edge. It's not a good. You can climb through the rocks right there and go up, but I haven't done it. I saw some young people do it. I wouldn't go through there because I'd have to carry my dog, and I'm not prepared to do that. So that's a way to get up in there. And of course, the way to get off is this is the standard road here. This is officially the Bruce Trail. The Bruce Trail main trail that leads down. That's the way you go. And then of course the other way is up here. That's Steeles Avenue. So there's the main trail coming in from there. There's another blue trail. I forget the name of it. Leads down through here over the wetland boardwalk and up that way. So I will tell you, on the Crawford Lake, or on the Rattlesnake Point spot, this area of the forest in here is very dense, not easy to navigate at all. However, there's a way of coming off the ridge in a couple of spots there. I think one day I came off here and come across and joined the trail there. So far I haven't found anything in this whole area that is hikeable or any kind of path at all. So that's the truth. While I'm talking about stuff here, so this is now, see, this is now Canyon Road here. And when you get to Canyon Road, allow me to zoom in. There's a dead end there. You can park. There's signs that where there's no sign saying you can't park there. So there is a trail that you can follow along in and actually join up with the main trail here. But parts of it in here very rugged and unmarked, and if you didn't know that you could get through there, you'd think you're just leading into dense bush, but you can get through, and when it's wet, it's really wet. So I did that last time in the winter. So that's all I know about the canyon. There's another video that where I hiked trying to follow the stream in here, and that's a rough deal. So haven't found anything there, and that's the end of today's video.